Hi VC, it's Aaron, Retha Almer. Today I'm doing something very different. Now I really try to keep positive on my channel, and a lot of people have commented in the past, it seems like I just love everybody. And the fact is, I show what I love, and that's why when I'm saying, oh, I love this album, this is one of my favorites, it's because I really do love that. I'm not just saying it. But there's so many artists. I'm very passionate about music, so I either love it or hate it. And there is some middle ground too, but there's some artists that I absolutely love, some that I absolutely despise, and then there's a gray area in between. And I'm going to focus on my 20 artists that I just can't deal with. I just don't like them, and a few of them there's things about them I like, but I just can't stand listening to even a whole side of a record by any of these artists. And in the past, there's been artists where I felt like that, and I have ended up liking them or actually loving them. So, this isn't set in stone. It's just as of now. And all these artists here, I have listened to a lot. I've given a fair shake to. And, there's a lot of artists that I don't really know that well. When I first hear them, it's like I don't like it, but they can grow on me. And then other artists that I absolutely love that I've, in the years, started not liking as much. For example, Guns N' Roses, who I absolutely loved when they came out. I still like them, but the older I get, the more I can't handle Axl's vocals. I don't know what it is about them. There's something about them just grates on me. And I do appreciate them still, and I still like them. They didn't make my list. They're kind of an honorable mention. But that's just because of Axl's vocals. The music is great. And and most of these are because of the vocals. I have very weird taste vocally. Either I love someone's vocals or I hate it. And they can be very similar styles, and I'll love one and hate the other. It's just a weird thing. Never know what it's going to be. So a couple of honorable mentions I have. I'm not a big hip hop fan, so I never listened to it. I heard it a lot back in the 80s and 90s because there was friends around that listened to it. And I just never developed a taste for it. But there's one artist in particular that I don't like, and that's Eminem. I call him Skittles. I've never liked him. He sounds like a whiny little kid to me, and I can't get past that. So, but that's, there's always a couple in these genres that I do like, though. There will be a song here or there by someone I like, or, a certain version. And my other honorable mention would be like country music, which I don't like, but there's a few artists I can handle. But it's the really twangy vocal style I don't like, particularly artists like Randy Travis and that vocal style. I just can't deal with it. Can't even listen to a whole song of it without it driving me crazy. And a lot of country, but there are a couple country artists that I actually kind of like, or a couple country albums or songs that are all right I can deal with. Nu metal, another one of mine. I never liked nu metal. The hybrid between the hip hop and metal genre. Prefer instance like Korn and Limp Bizkit and Linkin Park and Three Doors Down and Puddle of Mud. All those kind of bands. I don't like any of them. I mean, there's a couple songs here or there I like, but most of those bands, that's why I don't ever show them, because I just don't like them. But I've never been into that style. So I'm going to start, my number 20 is going to be the Violent Femmes, and vocally I just don't like that guy's voice. I did own the first album, I had it, I gave it a chance, listened to it a few times. I heard it all the time when I was a teenager because I had some friends that loved them, and it's particularly Blister in the Sun. I just can't stand that song. I don't know what it is about it, I've never liked it. Number 19, and this is a lot of people's favorite band, and I do have a couple records by this band, and I do respect them musically. I think they're great musicians, but it's Rush. That's another thing. It's just Rush would be a band I really like if they had a different vocalist. I mean, Geddy Lee's not a bad singer. It's his phrasing or something I don't like. I don't know what it is about it. Something in the phrasing, and it's just like fingernails on a chalkboard to me, hearing Geddy Lee sing. But musically, they're awesome. Like the song YYZ, I think is a great song. It's an instrumental. But whenever Geddy Lee starts singing, it just turns me off. So Rush is my number 19 because of that. But I do absolutely respect them musically. Number 18 is an artist who I like a couple of his groups he was in. It's David Crosby. I just don't like David Crosby. Don't like anything he does. I like the Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young and Crosby, Stills and Nash, some of their stuff. But David Crosby is a solo performer, and him individually, I don't like. He's my number 18. My number 17, and this is a two-parter. It's the Smiths/Morrissey. I've tried and tried. I just can't do it. There's a couple Morrissey songs that my friend JC has played me that I actually like, But overall, the Smiths, I can't do the Smiths. I just can't handle Morrissey's vocals, and that's why. So, number 16, and this is a band that should be in my wheelhouse, but I've never liked them. It's a band Europe. I don't like Joey Tempest's voice, and I don't like their ultra keyboard sound. I even tried getting into some of their older albums that people have said are really good. Can't handle Europe. Don't like them. I purged all my Europe stuff I did have because I don't like them. Number 15, and this is an Americana artist, singer-songwriter. Just never liked him. John Taylor. He's number 15, John Taylor. Can't listen to any of his stuff. He just drives me nuts. Can't handle John Taylor. Number 14, and this is a lot of people's favorite female vocalist, but Janis Joplin is my number 14. I can't stand her vocals either. She just, it's like fingernails on a chalkboard to me once again, hearing her singing. I mean, a couple of her songs are kind of all right, but especially stuff like that song, Mercedes-Benz, I just can't do that song. I don't like it at all. And I don't like when people try to sing like her either. Like a lot of people try to emulate her and sing like her, and it always just annoys me. Okay, at number 13, another band that is right in my wheelhouse but I never liked was Enough's Enough. It's another thing, it's his vocals. I just can't handle that guy, whatever, Chip's Enough's an alright guitarist. They're alright, but I just can't handle the vocals. It's real whiny sounding again to me. So Enough's Enough is my number 13. Number 12 is the band Bush with Gavin Rossdale. I've always disliked Bush. Don't like any of their songs. They're a band I just have never liked at all. And this is back from when I first started. I thought they were clones of Nirvana, and just slightly, they were just clones. And I don't like any of their music. I've never liked them. A lot of my friends listen to them back when they're out, so I have heard them a lot. Not for me. Number 11. And this band, I recently purged all my albums of them. I had over a dozen of them. It's The Who. And I do respect it. I do like a couple Who songs, but overall, I can't stand Roger Daltrey's vocals. I just think he's an awful singer. And Keith Moon, to me, is the most overrated drummer ever. I don't like his drum style. I don't know what it is about it. I don't like The Who, and they turn me off. I do like a couple of their songs, like Behind Blue Eyes and Squeeze Box, but most of their big hits, I can't stand. The Who's Next, the most overrated album of all time. Can't stand that album. I've played it, and I've tried to get into it. This doesn't work for me. So, except for Behind Blue Eyes, and there's another song on there I think is all right. I can't remember what it's called. It'll come to me. Okay, now for my top 10. At number 10, the Foo Fighters. All their songs sound the same to me. It's just the same. I don't like Dave Grohl's vocals much, and his guitar playing is very generic. I think he's a good drummer, and I like him drumming for them Crooked Vultures and Queens of the Stone Age, stuff like that. But I do not like the Foo Fighters at all. I purged all their records I had to. I had a few. So I try these bands, and I give them a shot. I'll listen to them a dozen times. If it doesn't strike me by them, they're out. And the Foo Fighters are one of those bands. I can't do it. Number 9, and this is a band I've hated since the 80s, and it's The Cure. And it's Robert Smith's vocals again. It's the whiny vocals I don't like. A lot of these artists have whiny vocals, and I don't like those. I've tried in the last couple of years I tried again with The Cure, and they didn't click with me. It's weird because I always put The Cure and Depeche Mode in the same vein, where I didn't like either one of them, but I have grown to like Depeche Mode a little, so they didn't make the list. My friends, have sent me some records. I've got some of these records as VCLTs, and I keep those. But the Cure, I just can't do them. Number 8, and I do have a record by them because it was VCLT'd, and this is the band Extreme, another one that I should love, but it's Gary Cherone. I can't stand Gary Cherone. I think I just don't like his stage presence. I don't like his vocal style, and he has really cheesy lyrics. And this album would be my favorite of theirs if I had to pick one. I do like a couple songs on that musically, and I think Nuno Bettencourt is an amazing guitarist. But I can't listen to Gary Cherone sing. I just can't do it. That was a big problem with Van Halen 3 for me too, was Gary Cherone being involved, and I just never liked his vocal style. Number 7, Nirvana. I've never liked Nirvana. I've tried to get into them. I've had their albums multiple times. I keep purging them after I listen to them again for a couple times. There's a couple songs I think are pretty good. I don't mind Bleach so much. But I don't like Nevermind or In Utero, any of that stuff. I can't listen to a half a side of a record without wanting to rip my hair out. But, you know, it's another thing. It's Kurt Cobain's vocals. I think he's very weak vocally. And then a lot of the grunge bands had these amazing singers. And then there was Kurt Cobain. I couldn't stand his vocals. And I think I just thought they were all right. I don't like Nirvana. They're number 7. I do like the song Come As You Are, the bass line in that's cool. But Smells Like Teen Spirit, all that other stuff, I could do without ever hearing it again. Number 6, Dave Matthews Band. I never liked Dave Matthews Band. It's just like hot air to me. Just goes in one ear and one out the other. Can't stand his vocal style either. It really annoys me. It's one of those bands when I hear it, it annoys me hearing it. And I lose my cool. So, okay, now I'm up to the top 5. And number 5, I have the Cranberries. I can't stand that singer's vocals. She drives me nuts. I don't like the Cranberries at all. I feel sad that she died and everything. It's nothing about that. I just can't stand her vocals. And the Cranberries have been a band that's annoyed me since the 80s or 90s, whenever they came out. Can't stand the Cranberries. Number 5. Number 4, another band right in my wheelhouse. I should love them. Never liked them. My least favorite of the hair metal bands, easily Firehouse. I can't stand Firehouse. When one of their songs comes on Sirius XM, even hearing 2 seconds of it annoys me so much that I just can't handle it. I don't like them. I don't like a single song they do. I don't know what it is about them, because a lot of bands that sound similar to them that I love, but something about Firehouse just turns me off, always has. Even it doesn't matter if it's a fast song, a heavy song, heavy-ish, a ballad, it doesn't matter. I can't stand them. I don't know why. Number 3, Green Day. I cannot stand Green Day. Hate Green Day. One of the worst bands ever. I hate post-punk. Most post-punk. There is some good stuff, but Green Day is not one of them. I don't like anything they do, and Billy Joe Armstrong just drives me nuts. He annoys the hell out of me, and Green Day is my number 3 least favorite artist of all time. Number 2, Joni Mitchell. Now, I know a lot of people love Joni Mitchell, and my parents listened to Joni Mitchell when I was a kid, so I've heard her, and I just can't handle her music. It drives me crazy. It's just, it's so annoying to me. It makes me angry almost. I don't know what it is about her. I just can't stand Joni Mitchell. So she's my number 2. And my number 1, and this is going to be no surprise to anybody that knows me, my number 1 is the Monkees. I think they're the most horrible band in the history of music. Can't stand the Monkees. I've tried to get into them because a lot of my friends like them. I have that record because my great friend Chris Profi sent it to me. I listened to it over a dozen times, did a review on it, and that's supposed to be one of their better ones. And, you know, I've heard them a lot. I just can't handle the Monkees. Worst band in the history of music. And I'm sorry if I probably lose a million subs on this, but I just thought I'd show the different side of me, because I've had a lot of people comment and say I just love everything. So this is my rebuttal to that. And if you out there love or like some of these artists, that's cool. Everyone can like what they like. This is what I don't like. And you know, hey, everyone likes what they like. And it's cool if you like them. I just don't. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next one.